the payment on it. But guess what? You just got delivered back a $1 million property into your hands, and if you put it up and sold it again for $1 million or even $750,000 cash, you could make even more money if you could foreclose on somebody. So you're in a perfect cash position by using this system. And let's take a look at now how that investor comes out. Because if an investor buys from us on these, they're looking to sell the property and make some profit for themselves. So how do they come out on it? Well, this investor typically is going to go out there and they'll put it up for the $1.5 million. And they may, they usually are not in a time sensitive thing like we are. And so they're going to go after that difference between the 1.2 and the 1.5, which is $300,000. That's what they're looking to make. All right. So given that, and it's actually $350,000. So given that, what they're going to do is they can go out there now and sell this home for $1 million down. All right. So they can follow through and do the same thing that we're doing because we allow them to use and pass through that $350,000 loan. And this is why they want to buy it from us and they want to buy our properties to resell. Because now instead of getting $1.5 million from somebody else, they can go out there and pick up $1 million and they can pocket instantly $150,000 for themselves. They can actually wrap our $350,000 note with another $150,000 so that they get a cash flow themselves of $1,295, okay, per month. That's on top of the $3,000 they're paying us. So they're making, their total payment would be somewhere around $4,295. So they're making $1,200 or $300 cash flow themselves. Okay, they've made $150,000 themselves, and they're sitting waiting for the rest of their equity to come in. So so they can actually wrap this whole thing pretty much a simple thing, and then they can go out there and sell it quickly. So again, they can beat every other person out there trying to market a $1.5 million house out there, because it is harder to get loans in there, and if you're going to put a loan on it, generally it's going to be in the $500,000 or less area. This allows them to go out there and do exactly that and have a built-in loan that's no qualifying, no nothing. Somebody walks in with $1 million, everybody walks away win-win. So the investor makes out great. How did you do? Again, you grossed $100,000 cash at closing. Let's assume that you got about $15,000 in closing costs. Now, one of the things you're going to be doing is using our funds to do this flip. So when you negotiate with the bank to buy this for the $750,000, you need that money. Okay, you've got to have that money. It's got to come from somewhere. We're assuming you don't have it. All right, our investors have it though, and you can walk in there and put this money up from our investors. All right, so they'll put up the money for you. You'll pay 2% out of the cash that you're making, the $100,000 profit. All right, and again, all this money comes out of the deal. It doesn't come out of your pocket. There's no upfront money out of your pocket when you use our system. So after that, you're going to end up netting somewhere around $70,000 plus that $3,000 month cash-free cash flow for you. And I amortize this over 148 months to come up with this $3,000 payment. I'll show you how to do that in the course. All right, and again, that's $350,000 extra for your equity, and that's the equity that you're going to retain in this property until somebody pays you off. So you've got a $1.5 million property, and all that's owed to you on it is $350,000. What a beautiful position to be in. All right, let's take this one step further, because I mentioned to you there's some big properties out there that are in foreclosure. Okay, $7 million home. Let's take a look at the numbers here. If you buy it for $3 million, around half the value here, and by the way, the bigger you get in home value, the better the deal you can work right now with the banks. We sell this for $5 million. We give somebody a wonderful deal on it at $5 million. With $3.5 million down, that takes care of the $3 million we owe the bank. That means that we have an extra $500,000 cash that we're going to take away and walk away with at closing. All right, so then the rest of that goes into our owner carried first, which will gross you or net you $6,324 a month for the next 30 years. And again, you've got a position on this property that you would love for somebody to, you could love to foreclose on somebody, but it probably ain't going to happen here either, all right, for the same reasons we went over before. Folks, this is how you can come in right now and make some big money. These situations, I've never been here, quite frankly, before. I've never seen these opportunities in the market. Generally, since I've been teaching since 1994, generally what I teach people to do is how to go out there and make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. That is pretty much it. Yeah, every once in a while you hit a home run, maybe a few times a year, or you get into a little niche and you can make $60,000 or more on a deal. And but those are very few and far between. These deals are not. These deals are plentiful out there, and so they're as plentiful as those $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 deals out there. But they're not going to be here forever. All right, they're only here during this financial mess up that's in the marketplace right now that's causing this. Once the REO that are backed up on the books on these lenders start to get cleared off, once the economy starts to kind of pop back, we see it happening, by the way, already. We had our new home sales came out again with an increase in home sales for the, again, first time in years here, again, showing the stability of the market starting to come back in homes. You know, I called the bottom of the market last month, and I got a lot of flack. I was surprised how many people actually emailed me saying I didn't know what I was talking about, and you know, it continues to come back. So maybe I did know what I was talking about when I made that prediction. But again, you know, I called the top of the market too back in at the last month, the first month of 2006, the last month of 2005. I called the top of the market. Now, why did I do that? And why did I call the bottom of the market here? Well, because I've been in this business so long, and I see what's happening. I have students all over the country. I can see how fast the inventory is moving, or how slow the inventory, what we can do, what we can have to do, what we can't do. And that kind of gives me my best indication, added into a few other indicators that I look at, really kind of tell me what's happening in the market. And folks, it is starting to come back. Market's starting to come back. But there are so many homes that are still in foreclosure, going to continue to be in foreclosure. This year, 2009, will be a record year of foreclosures. A record year. We've already had over 800,000 in the first quarter file for foreclosure. Okay, and last year, the total year was a little over 2 million. All right, so we're already almost to 1 million. We're in the first quarter. That already tells you we're going to break last year's record of foreclosures. But the price, you know, the home price is starting to solidify, and that's what we were looking for. So that tells you you've really got to jump on the market now. Over the next few months, you're going to hear